you've been in so many successful things, but I didn't realise you, at one stage, you were going to be in the film of Mamma Mia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the producers took me out for lunch and, frankly, offered me the part, the comedy part in Mamma Mia. And I said, well, look...
Pierce Brosnan?
I did say, look, I'm not a professional trained singer. I can hold a note, but I can't really sing. And they said, it doesn't matter, because Bajork and Bajork, or whatever they're called from ABBA, those ABBA boys, they've got tuners. They can fix it. They'll auto-tune it. And I went, OK. So I agreed to play this part, but they asked me to go along and meet the musical director, just to trot through a couple of the songs. So I went to the Cambridge Theatre and I went up all the stairs and I went into this room that was my favourite environment in the world, because it was just a sea of gay men that were working in this office, right? And they were all going, ah! Like this, with encouragement for me when I walked in. Went, oh, I know, guys, I'm a bit nervous. Went into a side room with the musical director. He sat down at the piano, started to plonk away and said, let's just, come on, let's have a little go, trot through some of the songs. Let's do Dancing Queen. Here we go. It was a musical. And this was the sound, honestly, that came out of me. Dancing Queen! Only one note. I could only do one. I couldn't get off one note. When I was telling them I can hold a note, it was just one note. he looked very upset. He said, look, just relax, just breathe. I went, I know, I can sing, I can. And he said, right, well, let's do this one. You'll know this one. I thought I knew that one. He started to plonk away, a bit like Bobby Crush, you know. And he started on the next one. I went, all right, I know this one. Here we go. Mamma Mia! Here we go again! How can I resist you? That's what it sounded like. He closed the piano. He just surrendered completely. And he turned to me and went, well, it's been very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Oh, I went, OK. So I went back out into that lovely room full of welcoming to every single one of those guys with his head down like this. They'd all heard that cow giving birth. Nobody would look at me. And I went down the stairs, and honestly, by the time I hit the street, my phone was ringing. It was my agent going, love, it's not a good fit. It's not good. And that was the end of it. Enter Julie Walters, who's brilliant and funny and can sing, apparently.
Boy, you're
Yeah. Here you are, you're back as Johnny English
Yes.
in this third movie. What about Mr. Bean now? Have you drawn a line under him? No more Mr. Bean?
You know, I doubt that he will reappear, but you never know. You must never...
The people have spoken.
People yeah, quite quiet. But, you know, you must never say never again. A film, as Jeff mentioned, that I was in. So you must never say never. But, you know, there does come a point when you feel as though you've done most of what you want to do with him. So.
And because it's not based on language, because it's so physical, Mr. Bean, presumably it's popular everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It has what we might call a global outreach.
So, like, our holidays are misery. Can you go anywhere?
Well, yeah, I can't go to many places where you're not recognised. And it's the... yeah, the thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognise you particularly, but half recognise you. You know, it's that strange thing where they go... and of course that means they stare. They stare a lot, and they just look. You're sort of feeling, I wish that person wouldn't stare at me. So, you know, I'd rather just, you know, hold up a flag saying yes, yes, it's me. A few years ago, there was I was in a Land Rover parts department near Peterborough, the kind of place you find me on most Saturdays. And we're waiting for car parts. And car parts, guys hang around a lot because, you know, to get a part, the guy has to go half a mile to the back of the warehouse and then come back again, and he brings it back. And he says, this is a left-hand one. Oh, you wanted a right-hand one? Sorry, I'll go. And back he goes, and it takes forever. Anyway, I was standing around with a group of guys, and I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while, and he said, excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean? And I said, well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean. And he said, I bet you wish you were. And there followed this bizarre conversation in which the more I tried to claim that I was the person whom he thought I merely resembled, the less he believed me. But what was funny was how close he thought I was to you know, he said the resemblance is uncanny. Have you ever thought of doing any, you know, look-alike work, like, you know, Stag Nights and Hen Nights? You know, you could go along as Mr. Bean. And I said, no, I hadn't. He said, because you can make an absolute fortune. And I could tell after a while I had to bring the conversation to a close because clearly not only was he not believing me, but he was getting quite annoyed, you know, that I was pursuing this line of I am Rowan Atkinson and clearly he thought I was this total arse. Just because I happen to look a bit like Mr. Bean, goes around the country actually claiming to be Mr. Bean. You know, what a...
I will look at you, Ricky. But we had just...
I'm not bothered. I don't care.
We could spend 28 minutes just feasting. You look gorgeous. No, you do. You look lovely. Very nice.
Thank you.
I'll move on. Nice
Thank
shoes.
you. Thank you.
Hello. And you look lovely, too. You're wearing lace-ups and everything.
I know.
Yeah.
And trousers that aren't elasticated waistband. I made an effort. I'm wearing black. It's slimming, apparently.
Now, both of you, my heart is sink, except that these are good, is both of you quite like practical jokes.
Do you?
We'll get on to you in a minute, because quite annoying. But no, because you can't stop with the practical jokes. But you, when you were growing up with your family...
Yeah, well, I've stopped now because they can go horribly wrong. And I fear that. I fear something going wrong. But I used to play jokes, yeah, on my phone. We all did, actually. I had two brothers and a sister, and my mum was usually the butt of the jokes. You've got to pass it up. So we did things like my mum dreaded me and my older brother, Bob, going on holiday because we used to send postcards to her, and it would say things like, have you still got that nosy postman? And, of course, he'd see it, and she'd be horrified. I remember I sent one once, right? It said, is that postman still a paedophile? And she wouldn't go to the door for like a week. She absolutely... Once she was going round a shop with my sister, and my sister put something in her basket every time she went round to that, and she didn't notice. She got to checkout, and was like putting these things through, and she looked, and it was like 200 condoms. My mum just ran away. Just ran away. The thought of this.
And what was the thing you used to do in shops? Was it you and your brother?
Oh, no, that was my brother and his mate went to this shop, you know, the pound shop, everything a pound. And he just kept going up and going, how much is this? And so it went, it's a pound. He went, oh. And then he'd just leave it. He's about to go, excuse me, mate, how much is this? He goes, it's a pound, everything's a pound, everything's a pound. Well, OK. And he goes, what about this? It's a pound. Everything's a pound. And like for an hour.
Oh,
no. Yeah. The road just didn't go, get out. And right at the end, they go, we're going to have a look at a few other shops, but how much is that? It's a pound. I go, OK, we might be back. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Just wind-ups. It was just all...
That's not cruel. The mum one is cruel, darling.
But you, in fairness, though, you say that's cruel. You, poor Simon Pegg, on Run, Fat Boy, Run, you were endless tricks on him.
I must have been a bit bored or something.
Well, no, it seemed relentless, like the list of things you did. Talk us through some...
You know why, though? It's because he never, ever reacted. I think it's because he is funny for a living. So he knew the best way to get back was just to not react. The first thing was I just put cellophane over the toilet seat.
Always a good one.
You know,
Excellent.
simple. And
Excellent.
And the poor PA was there from the movie, and I was getting her to help by holding one edge, and so it was really flat and perfect, and she was practically weeping. Please don't, I'm going to get sacked, it's terrible. It's like, shut up, just do it. But he went into the trailer, he came out, I'm waiting. Did you go for a pee? Yeah. Nothing at all.
Oh, that's good.
I know. So the next thing was I shaped a human stool out of a Mars bar, king size. But I'm quite artistic, so I kind of...
That's regular Tracy Emin.
Yeah.
truly. I
Classic.
was really impressed. It looked very real because I sort of three balls pushed together with a little tail on the end. So I left that in the loop. Again,
That says a lot about Tandy, doesn't it?
I enjoyed doing it. That was very funny, but no reaction. So the third thing that I did was he was on set, and I crept into his trailer with a needle and thread and sewed up the collar of his sweater and the cuffs of his... No, the collar of his T-shirt and the cuffs of his sweater, his going home clothes, his normal clothes. And again, absolutely nothing.
He probably thought you were a fucking nightmare. I'd smile the first time, then I'd go, keep this mad woman away from me.
You have modelled. I mean, not like that,
No,
modelled.
I was a photographic model.
Yeah.
For 3 years, from 18 to 21, so it's a long time ago, but it was a happy time. It was in the 60s, it was swinging, London, it was all that sort of business. But it was when you could looking pretty grim, and I have to say we didn't look that good, but we didn't look terribly bad. But it was nothing like the high-powered models of today. But, you know, you sort of said, yeah, I'm a model, and if you had a picture taken, you went, yeah, I am. I mean, it's usually knitwear or sort of crimply sort of underskirt. And I went for a month to Lucy Clayton's, which had a modelling course and a charm course. I didn't take the charm course. But I took the modelling course, which was mostly sort of blue eyeshadow and how to do things gracefully. And,
Like what things?
well, in those days, the hottest car you could get, John, was the E-Type, the Jaguar E-Type,
Oh, yeah.
which was very low. And there was a great sense of concern that if you got in and out of these cars and were a gill, your pants would show because they were so low. So Lucy Clayton told us how to get in and out of cars without our pants showing. And our skirts got
Now I think those lessons are the other way round. It's like, get out of the car. People must know what they're doing.
They must know, mustn't they?
Particularly when you're not wearing pants. You must, like, yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Well, can you demonstrate how to do it? If I move you to the other to the passenger side.
Okay.
Okay. If you go to the passenger side, you can be driving.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll open the door.
Yes, you're opening the door, which is like that. And so what you do is, first of all, you put your hand on the top of the car, and always you're
Sorry. So what am I doing?
looking grateful.
Okay.
Keeping my knees together, I sink down, knees together always, and you sink down, you put your bottom there, and then you look up at your, like this, and you smile, and you say thank you, and keeping your feet glued, nailed together, you swing them in like this, swish your little skirt and say thank you. You see, and then you're safely in like this, and getting out, you do not do that.
Okay.
You swing both legs out together, and putting your hand there and your other hand there, you say, and keep your head down. A huge beehive, probably. But anyway. And you get out of that, and you get up, and taking your hand away from the door in case the anxious escort slams it, and you say, thank you. And then you always turn and leave a smile, a little smile always. Thank you.
Do you still find yourself instinctively doing that? Or
Yes,
no?
I do. And if you notice, I sit rather like the Queen with my feet always like this, crossed ankles. Well, I'll tell you why, girls. If you sit like this, look, cameras can see this. If you sit like that, that looks sort of fairly OK. If you get this fat thigh and go like that, the camera just...
Educational. There's a story, and I know people ask you to tell this story a lot when you're doing your live shows. I think it was when you were on with Will.i.am and you told the story. And you know the one I'm talking about, where you're going home in Edinburgh late at night, and there's a man up a tree, you assist him, but what you reveal in the book is there's more to this story.
I know. I didn't tell it on television because I felt nobody would believe me. But after I had helped and supported the troupe...
There was a soldier up a tree, and Miriam helped him. No, he wasn't stuck. He was just up a tree.
He was up a tree. I heard the rustles. I saw what was going on, asked him to come down. I finished him off, so to speak, very pleasantly, and there was no threats. I was wiping my hand in the grass, and a voice from the bushes.
By the way, this is the new part of the story. So, when we left this story, you were wiping your hand on the grass.
Yes.
Now,
I heard a voice come from the seat that was just where I'd been, and a very nicely dressed gentleman came forward and said, I couldn't help noticing what you had done for that young man, and I wondered if it was at all possible, whether you would do the same for me. And I said, I thought to myself, well, I can't say no, can I? Because I've done it once.
Sorry about it, but you can say no.
I just felt I couldn't.
OK.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think you're going to love Pillion, by the way.
This could be a scene from Pillion.
So I did what he asked me to do. Took
Right there?
No, right there. There was nobody else there, you know. So off he went, and I was wiping my hand in the grass again. And lo and behold, and this is the bit nobody believes, but it is true, a voice from the same place said, "Hey, Miriam." And it was someone I knew. He was a young student that I had known in Oxford. No, I went to Cambridge, but I met him in Oxford because I lived there. And he said, "Listen, we're old friends, you know." I said, "Oh, come on." That's fair. And he said, "Oh, come on, Miriam," you know. So I did. 3 for the price of 1.
Beautiful story. But your tour, you started planning it because there was no Not Going Out Again.
Yes.
This is your sitcom, Not Going Out.
That's right. Thanks for talking about the cancellation of my...
No, but it's a happy story because...
First his divorce, now the cancellation of mine. What about him? What are you going to say?
We'll get to him.
So, Martin, your dog's died. He's not died, has he? Oh, he has. That was an example. I'm sorry.
Do you know what? I can't believe you said that.
As I was coming out of my mouth, I changed it from nan to dog as well. So I thought, if his nan's died, it'll be a bit tense, that. So I'll say dog. Dog's died.
No, that's terrible. Moving on. I'm trying to tell people your sitcom's coming back.
Sorry, yes, it is coming back, yes.
Which is all very good.
Yes,
But
it's great because what happened was basically, effectively, I was going to say the sitcom was dead, but now it's alive. It's wrong. the sitcom was in the past, but then we got another one that looked just like it. I can't think of a way out of this. It was cancelled, and then I decided, well, I'm now unemployed. I better go and do a 106-day tour. And then it got recommissioned before day 1 of the tour. Oh. So it's a bit stressful now. So I booked in a breakdown for August. That's the plan.
I'm not going to watch your poxy sitcom on
And what's weird about talking about... I feel... Because obviously you've got Not Going Out, Men Behaving Badly, they're on Jane from Kath and Kim's coming on. But it's hard to talk about any sitcom when, you know, Mr. Fawlty Towers is sat here.
It's impossible.
Because,
Let's talk about something else.
But we need to talk about it a bit, because you've never been on the show before. And... well, no, because this is a fact. I hope this is a fact. Because I was saying this to Lee, and he didn't believe me, that we all know there were only 12 episodes.
Right.
But is it true there was 4 years between Series 1 and Series 2?
Yes, because Connie and I got divorced. How much was that? Cheaper. She was nothing. So sweet. The giveaway. I had dinner with her on Sunday. She's terrific. She likes Jenny too. They're equally naughty, equally funny.
Excellent.
And she took very little money off me. But the point was, we always got on terribly well. So we did do the first 6, and then we got divorced, and then did the next 6.
So you had 4 years to write it?
Well,
don't do it so bloody good. Why don't we get that?
That's because you can take much longer to write it than anyone does normally. And the only reason Fawlty Towers really was good was that we used to take 6 weeks to write every episode. And nobody takes 6 weeks to write an episode. Most people take 10 days or a week.
And there must have been huge temptation to do Series 3.
No, none at all, because we knew we couldn't do... we would fail because we'd put the bar too high.
And is the story true about that you still have the rejection letter?
Oh, yes, it was wonderful. When we handed the first script in, the guy who was in charge of evaluating scripts wrote this memo, and I have it framed, saying, I have read this script, and it is full of cliched situations and stereotypical characters, and I cannot see it being anything other than a total disaster.
What was his name? Who's that?
Well, I won't say his name.
Let's
but
have his name. You have his name or I'll pinch your leg.
But the thing about writing your life is trying to kind of remember it all. There's a bit... You actually lost your own baby.
Yes, briefly. Yes, I did. Aid and I were living in Richmond at the time, and I had 3 children, I imagine.
Oh, so many to keep track of.
Three, hard to keep track of.
Yes.
And one morning, Aid got up and he went and got the girls up, the 2 bigger girls who, you know, toddling around, and he took them down for breakfast, and I was to go and get the baby. And I went upstairs to the baby's room, and the cot was empty. And I thought, that's unusual, isn't it? That. And you start thinking, yeah, baby should be in that cot. It's a bit strange. And so I thought, well, maybe Aid's picked it up and taken it downstairs for breakfast. So I go downstairs for breakfast. The heart's thumping a little bit. You think, this is odd. And I go downstairs, and Aid's feeding the other 2. No sign of the baby. And at which point I'm thinking, I should ask him, shouldn't I? I should actually ask him. Then I think, no, he'll look at me like people looked at Ingrid Bergman in Gaslight. They'll think, you're mad. You've never had another baby before. You've only got 2 children, you idiot. So I thought, no, I won't ask him. I'll go back upstairs. So I went back upstairs. And I went back up to the baby's room, nothing. And I'm seriously thinking, am I gone mad? Have I actually got a baby? And so I went back down to my bedroom and I sat on the bed, and as I leant down, I felt this little lump. This is awful. Yes, Mumsnet, it's awful. Yes, I know you shouldn't do that. But I was breastfeeding her at night, and she'd kicked herself. I'd fallen asleep, obviously, from tiredness, and she had kicked herself down to the bottom of the bed and was sort of right under the duvet, right down the bottom of the bed. I mean, just fast asleep. Still alive, she's still alive. Suffered no damage. Oh, but nightmare. You doubt your own sanity.
But you have experience of vicious animals. Creature.
No, I feel like I've had a lot of professional dealings with animals.
Yes.
I did a film with a lion once. I had to shoot with a lion, you know, a wild lion. And well, I say wild. I mean, he's been in films.
Okay.
Bad boy.
And. We had to do... So I arrived to shoot this scene, and the first thing I noticed was the camera crew were in a steel cage. Only big enough to contain the camera. I thought I'd better ask some basic safety questions. I said, what is the sort of safety thing here with this wild lion? And they said, well, the first thing is we make sure, before the lion works, we make sure that he has sex. Just to take the edge off.
I did that.
And I said, well, I'm not particularly worried about I'm not worried about a randy lion. I'm more worried about the eating kind. And they said, that's all right, because we will feed the lion. We won't feed him too much, because then he'll go to sleep. And I said, again, that's not really... Because I know what it's like. You open a packet of crisps, you have one, but then you kind of want more, don't you? And the third thing they said, the third sort of safety measure, was that the lion's downhill. And he's very lazy, and he probably won't chase you. And again, I was just not really reassured by this. And I said to the chap, but what... You know, what if it does happen, what are you supposed to do? And he took great delight, a South African handler took great delight in telling me that if a lion charges you, useful advice, you have to reach back, you take a handful of shit and you throw it in the lion's face. And I obviously said, where'd you get the shit from? And he said, don't worry, it'll be there. Very good.
Brilliant. Yeah. I think, and I'm not a scientist, I think this is probably the tallest couch we've ever had.
That's what we said. We're all over 6'1".
No, I feel like I'm at the children's table. Who's tallest? Who's tall? You must be tall. Are you tallest?
Of
course. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm more petite. So exciting. I'm like an ugly child. It's it.
I was saying to Miranda before, I get a lot of suggestions on Twitter that Miranda and I should get married because we're tall.
Don't seem so excited by the notion.
I do think it's weird, though, don't you?
It is quite weird. I get it a lot as well.
They would think that Miranda and I want to start a super race together.
It's not a bad idea, now you put it like that.
Yes. Pushing a really long pram.
One child.
And of course, listen, we're all a bit closer to the royal family this week because it is weird. I thought I didn't care, but when that little royal baby arrived on Saturday, I was delighted. It was such a lovely thing. It was a very nice thing. And in a sense, Miranda, you were very involved in the royal birth.
Explain yourself.
No, have you not seen? Newshoids did this thing last week with the royal birth.
Oh, I heard about this. I haven't seen it.
And they called for the midwife. You've just got a picture of it here.
Oh. I seem to be clasping at my breasts.
I like that Kate, as a doll, still looks really pretty. William, he hasn't fared well, has he?
The Duke of Edinburgh.
Do you think Kate's fared well, Graham?
What, in that?
She looks like she's stifling the biggest fart.
In many ways, she is.
Is he a royal baby?
Yes.
Have you not seen your puppet before?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, because Larks, we've got it here. Yes. It is quite good, I think.
It's very good.
Let me just turn it round so I've got it properly here. If I do it like this. Ooh,
When you say good...
Come on.
No, it is good.
It's a caricature. I mean, it doesn't look
yeah.
like you, obviously. But it's quite good. Look, you can turn the head
Oh,
and everything.
it's a bit weird.
Look at that. I can turn your head.
It's nice that you're combining this with The Exorcist, right?
I just love having the puppet. I like...
Why can my whole head turn? Can it do a whole...
Oh, hang on, let's see. I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it.
That's a bit...
Yes, you can! Yes, you can! Well done, Miranda. Oh, you're shaking hands.
Very nice to meet you.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, very good technique.
What are you doing now?
Oh, just putting your face up to your face. That's spooky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like looking in a mirror.
I guess that's sort of what our baby will look like.
But talking of joining big franchises, were you very nervous, Jack Whitehall, joining a big Disney franchise like Frozen?
Yes, so, Frozen. I was very excited when the call came in, because I'm a massive Disney fan, and Frozen called me up. They said, we're making this film, and we'd love you to be a part of it. I was like, yep, sign me up. Which princess am I playing? And I played a troll in the film. I had one line in the film, but I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. I learnt my line. I went in. I'm not... Yeah,
Nailed it.
I nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Yeah. It was so good. And then I told everyone that I was in Frozen. I did a press junket in front of the poster. No. I was so excited. And then 6 months later, popped on the black tie, went down to the Odeon in Putney. It wasn't a premiere. It was a mistake. I watched the film, got to the end, and the line wasn't there. So I called my agent. I was like, there must be some kind of mistake. This must be some different director's cut that I've seen. And she went, oh, no, I forgot to tell you. I got an email about this. They said that they have reduced your part in the film to a non-speaking role. In an animation! The worst thing is that it then becomes the biggest film ever. I love the film, and yet every time I watch it, it's like getting an icy dagger to my heart. And that song as well is like they're heckling me. Like, let it go. No, I won't!
But is your character still in it?
Yes, you can see the character, and he goes to open his mouth, and then it cuts away. Loki, the troll. He even had a name.
Fantastic.
Because are you working with a Frozen?
Yeah. I just worked with Josh.
Josh Gad.
Yeah. Yes. And on a Beauty and the Beast for Disney.
You're doing Beauty and the Beast for
Disney?
Disney?
Yeah, I'm the candlestick.
You are really good at rubbing it in this evening. And they're not Lumiere. You're Lumiere.
Yeah. They're not cutting out Lumiere. Lumiere's in.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about big Korea and your guides. To explain who you were to your guide, Northern Korea, you showed, I think, her a bit of this. Here we go. like it? Did you find it funny?
Well, she didn't know anything about the outside world. She wanted to know what I did at home. Why?
That's what you showed her.
That was it. I said, this is what I do. This is what you do? No, she liked it. She thought she cracked up. But she was most concerned about the fish. So she said, but the fish, was it dead or alive? In fact, I'd fallen 15 feet into the lock and nearly drowned. Didn't seem to worry her, but the fish.
And what I love is looking at that boy on there, so kind of confident and eager to please.
Yeah.
And that boy is now a knight of the realm, Sir Lenny Henry. I mean, it's amazing. Oh,
it's me and the Queen.
But now, so everyone's clapping and going yay for you. You were going to say no.
Well, I asked everybody. I asked all my friends, who were very kind of lefty liberal stuff. I asked all my family, and everybody said, do it, you've got to do it. You know, you've worked hard, do it. And, you know, comic relief, do it. And I sort of closed my eyes and imagined my mum in the audience watching me, and I said, I'm going to do it. Because my mum would be sitting there with a very big hat. Everybody like this trying to see. And she'd be kind of... That's my son, you know. So I invited my sister Bev and my sister Sharon. My daughter was there, and it was a wonderful occasion. But they teach you how to accept it, you know. It'll happen one day, Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, bitterness there, viewers. So backstage they go, right, you will meet the Queen. You will walk 4 steps. You will wait. They will call your name. You will walk 4 more steps. You will wait with this gentleman here, who's a kind of military kind of guy in uniform. Then, when your name is called again, you will walk forward. The Queen will be in front of you. You will kneel. She will get a sword. Dip-dap, get up. You accept your thing, and you will walk off. I said, cool. So you practice in the room, and you're all excited, and you get in the thing, and you will stand here. OK, fine, I'm standing here. And then there's this kind of little bloke, very military, you know, he's got very short hair, standing there like that, about 60 years old, 70 years old, and he's standing there like that, with a sword. And I go and stand next to him, and the Queen's there, knighting somebody else, and he stands next to me and he goes, how comes you're not staying at the fucking Premier Inn, then? And I start laughing. I start laughing uncontrollably, and they call my name to go out to meet the Queen, and I'm really laughing a lot like this. And the Queen's looking at me going, what's the matter with him? And my girlfriend's in the audience going, stop it now. So it was amazing.
Miriam, you look beautiful tonight, but are you interested in fashion?
Oh, go on.
Well, no, but you're very put together. You're very put together tonight.
Well, I wanted to look nice because I'm selling the book. I mean, normally I come on and I just talk dirty, but tonight I wanted to look smart.
Oh, the wrong book.
The wrong book. No, I'm not interested in fashion at all.
But now, when you worked with the great Martin Scorsese, your fashion sense didn't cheer up the crew, but you did cheer up the crew.
Well, this is a story. It's a true story. You know Martin Scorsese,
I do.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, I was in a film that he was directing called The Age of Innocence. A very good movie, by the way. I hope you thought so.
Yes.
And,
No, I
good. And before it started, you have to go in a sort of costume parade, and everybody looks at you to see if the costume fits the character and all that. And I was the very last person to be seen that day. It was a big cast, loads of people, you know, Dan Day-Lewis and Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, really important people. And then there was, you know, that shoplifter, Winona Ryder. And I didn't like her. I really didn't. And there were lots of other people, you know.
She didn't like her.
Richard E. Grant, who's adorable, and you know, a lot of people, Sian Phillips and hundreds of people, and I was the very last person. And when I got in the room, I could see they were just exhausted. The whole crew, they were slumped, they were tired, they were fed up, and I thought, I've got to do something to cheer them up, because when you see people in that state and you know you're going to be working with them, and I thought, I know what I can do. And so I stood up there and I just lifted up my top and tore off my bra and my bosoms, which are large and friendly, and I just gave them to them. And it made them happy.
Brilliant.
It was worth doing.
Now, I've seen them because...
You've seen my bosom?
Yes, do you remember when we were shooting Cold Comfort Farm,
Yeah.
the John Schlesinger movie, you got stung on one of them by a bee. When we were doing that scene outside, do you remember that?
I do remember
yeah.
that.
And you just took them out and said, "Look!" And I said to John Schlesinger, because I said, "Did you see Miriam just took her breasts out?" He said, "No, but I heard them hit the ground."
Very good. It's really nice to see Ronnie, because Ronnie has a habit, and this is a very peculiar habit, and I don't know if it says more about Ronnie or about the state of the nation, but you get trapped in toilets a lot.
I do, that's right.
No, seriously, he gets trapped in toilets.
Yes, that's right.
But posh toilets.
Posh toilets.
Yeah.
One is the bathroom and the other one is the toilet. Is that the bath? You're stuck in the bath.
Yeah, exactly.
In the toilet, yes, but he doesn't take pictures. Happily, he doesn't take pictures.
Toilets, that's right. Toilets at Windsor Castle.
Windsor Castle?
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace?
Strapped there.
You're not getting in through the window, and that's why you're trapped. Why are you getting trapped in the toilet?
I just they're unlucky with the latch. And Victor Spinetti, dear, his memorial service at St Paul's Covent Garden, I really was in trouble. I could not get out. And eventually I had to scream and shout, and somebody came and threw a screwdriver over the top of the door so I could now take the lock off.
Were you supposed to be doing a reading at his funeral?
Yes, I was. I was out in time for the reading.
Oh, you were out in time for the reading, yes, because that's bad.
Slightly stressed, but I was out.
Are you a romantic man? Are you...
No, I've given up on it. It stopped for me, romance, when I was about 22, when I bought a girlfriend back from college. So, and my parents got a really nice garden, and they were away. So I thought, well, this is perfect. We'll go and sit in the garden. And I made her a picnic. I took her some food. Not pig nipples, but I hadn't been introduced to them yet. I took her some food, and we sat out there and in the sun, and there was grass and sun, and one thing led to another.
I love that line.
And she was wearing... It was really romantic. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to make anyone bring their pig nipples up, but she had a long, flowing skirt, and she sat atop me. And, and things started to...
Like a toilet roll holder?
Yeah, a little bit like that, yeah. Like a really romantic toilet roll holder.
Okay,
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
So she was there, and it was really romantic, and the breeze and lovely, and I thought, well, this is awesome. This is one of the most romantic things that's ever happened between two people. Then my granddad came round the corner. Honestly, I'm not making it up, and he'd never met her before. So he came round and went, "Hello, you two." I went, "Ah!" She couldn't get off because it was happening. And you could see him thinking, this is really rude of them both. It's really rude because I've never met her before. Surely she should stand up. She couldn't. So it was a full 15 minutes.
Oh!
Yeah, with her like this. And me, let's not mince our words here, Graham, in her. My granddad making polite conversation. That was the day I gave up on romance.
that would kill romance, yeah. So, Legend's birthday party, Legend's birthday. Rob goes one better.
Oh, here we go.
He duets with a legend at his own birthday party.
No. Hang on. Shaking Stevens. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
No one else got a round of applause. Frank and Barbara, they got a bit of a woo.
Yeah, so he was there, and the funny thing about it was that also, I don't want to come across as Mr. Name Dropper, but Sinatra. I'm dropping Stevens and Ronnie Corbett. So Ronnie Corbett was there. So I said, isn't this lovely? I said, that I'm so lucky that my friends have come to my party. Shaky and Ronnie in the same room. It reminds me of a joke that Ronnie once said. And Ronnie Corbett did say this joke. He said, I'll never forget the day, he said. he said, now, you don't realise this, that's a bloody good impression. He said, I'll never forget the day. He said, I've not been so nervous, he said.
It's really good.
He said, I've not been that nervous since I found myself stood at the BBC urinal next to Shakin' Stevens. And apparently, when I told this joke, Ronnie turned to a friend of mine and he said, well, it was a lot funnier when I told it. And it probably was.
And in the book, you don't talk about Jennifer, your wife, too much, because you kind of don't talk about each other in public, but you do say two nice things about her.
Yes, I do. I say that she is the best snogger in the world.
Oh, wow. Wow.
There was a time when we were courting and she was living with a friend in Chelsea.
I'm sorry, I love that you said courting.
Yeah.
This is a real man. Courting.
Well, she was hunting for Dick. I was that Dick.
Yeah.
But we used to kiss first.
Oh, did you? Really?
I used to turn up and she'd open the door and we'd kiss for about 10 minutes.
OK.
The other thing Jennifer did for me was we were at a charity dinner once and there was a kind of lull in proceedings and they asked me to go up and tell some jokes to fill in the gap. And I told a series of rude jokes and as I was coming off stage, someone who had taken offence came up and hit me like that.
Oh, God.
And just as he'd hit me, Jennifer was at my side and decked him.
Yeah.
It's a real woman, girl.
Proper woman.
The queer you, girl.
Yeah.
I can verify that.
Wow.
I can verify that about that amazing woman.
She's a
You
queen.
do not argue with her. You do not argue with her. We were offered the BAFTA Fellowship at one point, and I'm not very good at those kind of things. And I said, oh, let's skip that. Let's not do that. And she went, And we went out for dinner. You were there. Actually, Len was there. And I went off to the loo, and I was coming out of the loo, and she just got hold of me like that and put me against the wall like that and said, we are taking this fellowship. And I said, right, OK, right. She said, the last people who had it were Morecambe and Wise. I don't normally do this, but we are taking it. Do you understand? And I went, yeah, we're definitely doing that. And then she explained to me, she said, if we become fellows of BAFTA, we will have membership to BAFTA, which is in the middle of Piccadilly, and they have toilets, and we're getting older.
Very good. Alan, I don't know if you have met the royal family, but I want to talk to you about meeting musical royalty.
Oh.
Because you met Celine Dion.
Ah. Wow. Huge Celine Dion fan.
How did this happen?
Well, here I go again, name-dropping Adele. But, this is the only way I meet people is through Adele. So we got married, and you know that
Not
she
Adele.
married me. Yes, what?
Yeah. No, you didn't marry Adele.
No. Oh, God. She married me and my ex. We're now ex now. We're divorced. And so, as a surprise, she flew us to Vegas to see Celine Dion perform at Caesar's Palace. It was so amazing. So we went there, we're all excited. Adele's like, come on this way, boys. Ah! You know, she's like... And instead of going left, we went right through these doors, and it was nowhere near the seats. And the door slams behind us. Celine Dion is there, behind a beaded curtain. She comes out, welcome to Vegas, how you doing, boy? She does talk like that, and it was amazing, you know, honestly. And I don't know if you've ever seen her on stage. I've seen her on stage so many times, and, you know, she does the fist pumping and all that. She's actually like that when she talks to you. It's so off-putting. She's like, seeing any other shows in Vegas? And I'm like, yeah. And then I've got this awful thing as well that when I'm nervous, because I'm a huge, like I said, a huge Celine Dion fan, I end up mimicking the voice as well, which could get me cancelled. But, yeah, so she was going, so who asked who out? Like this, and then I end up going, I don't know, something. But you know, it's just an awful tick I have. But she was amazing. Do you love her? Do you love her?
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
Well, we know you're obsessed because you saw her in Vegas too, right?
I went to Caesar's Palace and saw her. I'm not just... I promise you, I'm not saying it. It was the best day / night of my entire life.
So for people who don't know, I fell into stand-up because we split up, me and my wife, and I was a month away from being 34. And the only reason I went into stand-up is I was... One Monday night... I used to have the kids every weekend, so Monday I used to be on a downer. And I was walking past a comedy club in Manchester called the Frog and Buckets, which I'm sure you're very familiar with.
Oh, I know. You've been there many times.
And I was... I'd been to 2 comedy clubs in my whole life. I had no interest in stand-up comedy at all. And anyway, I thought I'll go in, because comedy's great, and anyone who's ever on their own, just go to a comedy club. You sit in a room full of strangers, but everyone laughs at the same time. So I thought I'll go in there and it'll cheer me up. And I used to do this joke, which is not the best joke in the world, and I've said this story before, but it's the only story that's the truth, is I used to do this joke to let all the ladies in the room know I was a single man. I used to say, I'm really sad at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, because me and my wife are not together. It's not that sad, honestly. We're not divorced or anything. I've just killed her. But I knew I was going to miss her, so I've kept her head in the fridge. Terrible joke, terrible. And I got announced on stage this Thursday, and I said this joke on stage, and as I said it, I looked to the left, and the head that was meant to be in the fridge was in the audience. So this is the true story. So she was in the audience, and what had happened, we've been apart almost 2 years at this point. And when you're apart, you live parallel lives, so you don't really know what's going on in each other's life. You deal with the logistics of children. She had a new job. The people she was working with were going out for a birthday do. Someone said, let's go to a comedy club. She didn't know I did stand-up comedy. The people she was with didn't even know my name. So when I get announced on, they don't understand why she goes, what the fuck? And then I go on stage in front of a room full of strangers and tell them I've killed her and kept her head in the fridge. So that twist is in the film where they get back together. And what happened with us is that I remember we were literally going through the final stages of the divorce. I remember seeing that and thinking, God, that's going to cost me another 10 grand. And then she came over and we started talking. And it was lovely. We discovered each other again. She said, that was a surprise. I said, look, I'm really sorry about the whole head thing. She said, no. She said, the surprise was you were funny. You made me laugh.
Why weren't you doing that earlier?
I know. She said, you made me laugh. She said, you reminded me of the man that I first met. Oh. She said, whatever happened to you? I said, I married you.
Is one of the episodes going to feature that sort of hideous wedding experience you had?
It is. We, I mean, I thought I'd met this woman of my dreams at this wedding. I was at a wedding, and you know you get stuck sometimes on a table with people that you don't know. And there was a girl opposite, and she was dynamite, and we hit it off. But I was stuck next to this couple, Ollie and Lisa, and they had this kid, this toddler, in a high chair, just sat there like that, just bashing these big breadsticks and stuff. And the mother wouldn't reprimand if you just kept going, what's he like? What's he like? And she was exhausting, and she would just dominate the table with these stories. You know, those people that just, they're not really stories. It was all that. Here's one for you. I went up the supermarket. Went to the supermarket. Did a big shop. Did a shop. And I got back to the checkout and I'd forgotten my purse, and I had to go home for it. That was it, honestly. And I was thinking, if that story was making its way out of my brain towards my mouth, another part of my brain would have stepped in and gone, oi, where the hell are you going? This is a wedding. I don't know what this is. This is just some bullshit. So she's wearing on, and then her husband, who's quite a posh bloke, pipes up, and he goes, I recognise you. Where do I recognise you from? And I was trying to impress this girl, so I said, oh, I did this TV show called The Office. And he went, oh, The Office, yeah, I've seen The Office, yeah. Not my cup of tea. I'll tell you where you're going wrong with The Office. He said, not much story. I'm thinking, yeah, because you know about stories because you're married to bloody Charles Dickens. But That's not the reason I blew it with this girl. So this toddler is sat there the whole time, right? And we're having some soup, and for no reason, this kid just took his shoe off, just lobbed it in the air, for no reason. It came flying down, it landed in my soup, right? All over me, I swear, just no one else is touched, I'm covered in it. And the mother, Lisa, just went, what's he like? And I said... He's like a